Is optimistic nihilism a brave new world, or is 1984? So yesterday, optimistic nihilism is existentialism 2.0, modern liberalism's OG meme. Billionaires, trust funds and megacorporations pump millions into activist groups peddling this vibe. You know the drill? Purple hair, piercings and cries of live in the now, act on your impulses, don't bother planning, none of it matters anyway. And if you question it, cancelled. Why? Because you're messing with Diogenes' favourite pastime in the park. Somewhere, Aldous Huxley is rolling in his grave. The message is simple. Forget the future. You're meaningless. And for those in power, that's a perfect state for the masses. The media loves to spin this as revolutionary, but let's be honest, it's not. It's rat poison for anyone itching for change. Step out of line and you'll find yourself stuck in the Rebel Roach Motel. This strategy worked like a charm against Stalinist Leninism, sprinkled with Jiang Qing in the Cold War. The Brits even turned it into punk rock. Keep would-be revolutionaries busy. It worked so well that we won the Cold War without much fuss. But now, the same playbook shuts down meaningful conversations about skyrocketing wealth inequality. GDP might look great on paper, but we are earning less and catching on to the scam. The West is trapped in this live for now and no plans after next quarter loop, even as China has planned ahead for decades. However, history has shown that this short-sightedness is a dead end. It's the opposite of planting a tree you'll never see bear fruit or plan for your grandchildren who are not yet born. Systems that don't adapt or do not prioritize their kids' futures don't last. Those living in the moment, they get weeded out. If that's your jam, fine, step aside. Plenty of forces are already plotting America's future and they're not asking for your input. I'm keeping a foot in Finland, or I don't support a violent revolution. Keeping one foot in Finland isn't just a quirky phrase, it's a survival strategy rooted in history. During the Russian Revolution, sailors who rose against the Tsar eventually turned against the Bolsheviks during the Kronstadt Rebellion. They'd fought for freedom, but saw Lenin's regime betray their ideals. Rather than swap one oppressor for another, they rebelled again. The price? Most of them were killed. The few who survived fled to Finland. The lesson? Even if the current system isn't great, there's always a chance the alternative could be worse. Revolutions often replace flawed systems with catastrophic ones. Stalin's purges, Mao's chaos, and today's creeping nihilism prove that the new boss usually makes the old one look decent. Keeping a foot in Finland means staying alert and acknowledging the present system's flaws while preparing for what's next. Survival is about seeing the storm before it hits. Diogenes' infamous antics, living in a barrel, rejecting societal norms and playing with himself in public, feel oddly relevant today. The live for now ethos mirrors his cynicism, but let's not forget what happened next. Athens, indulging in its version of YOLO, couldn't fend off Alexander the Great. Societies that embrace this rejection of responsibility and planning inevitably collapse, or get overtaken by those with a stronger vision. Ironically, modern woke movements might even outdo ancient Greece. Instead of tolerating Diogenes' antics, some cities seem ready to decriminalize indecent acts in public outright. But history shows that internal decay invites external conquest, or worse, a homegrown authoritarian takeover. This isn't just food for thought, it's a call to action. Stop coasting. Don't let ideological traps or manufactured outrage keep you distracted. The oligarchy thrives on division and distraction, but those who see the bigger picture can still shape the future. If you want to be an optimate, act with class. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. The stakes are clear. Either adopt a long-term vision or be swept aside by those who do. And if you're unsure, keep a foot in Finland. History proves that those who survive upheavals prepare for the worst while fighting for the best.